What's going on, ChavezzSlovakia? How are you doing here? It's your boy Chavez, and today we're gonna do something a little bit different. A video about the SCP Cthulhu. Video that says it's gonna give a little bit more description before we start tomorrow the reading of Cthulhu. It's an updating reading I found of Cthulhu. So let's get it. I know the SCPs are a little bit different. I played a game with Screw a while back that kind of has a little bit to do with it, and it's not something I'm really that knowledgeable about, but I'm down. So also we have weird history stuff coming out, which is freaking hilarious, about what it's like to be in the Coliseum. So those are great, and then the Iron Lung is the other one of that. It's coming out real soon. So that's really awesome. Make sure you guys check those vids out, and let's get into it. Play.
62. Object class Keter.
Oh, object class Keter. Okay, so this is SCP-2662, object class Keter.
Special containment procedures. Containment of SCP-2662 is primarily focused on preventing unauthorized entry to its containment unit. For this purpose, on-site Task Force Tau 9, belligerent bodyguards, has been organized to guard SCP-2662's containment unit and keep track of new religious followings focusing on the worship of SCP-2662. Task Force Tau 9 is, and the following is stricken from the document, to use non-lethal methods when dealing with an attempt of authorized entry. Authorized to use lethal force if necessary. All members of Task Force Tau 9 are to be tested biannually for cognitohazardous influence.
Okay, so I get it now. I get more what the SCPs is. Okay, so I've heard one story Screw told me about this like alligator that they can't kill, so they keep it under deep freeze because they can't find a way to kill it. And they kind of just like wake it up to try to kill it every so often. So they're taking like Cthulhu and they're just showing like how they're dealing with Cthulhu. Like that's really fun. This is really fucking dope actually.
As containment of SCP-2662 is completely voluntary, it is currently contained in an enlarged humanoid containment unit with standard safety measures for low-risk humanoids as detailed in document 0998-KA.
He said it is voluntary. All right, so we're gonna, I guess because Cthulhu is waiting on, right, the rise of the other ancients. I guess why wouldn't it be? But we're gonna cut the video kind of in like a third and just like enlarge that text portion to help you guys kind of read along.
SCP-2662 is allowed one copy of a daily newspaper of its choice, a
Word.
computer, and requested computer games totaling no more than $50 every month.
That means he can't get no AAA titles, because them bitches is $60 every time now. That needs to be updated. He needs to be able to play the new Call of Duty. That's fucked up.
Description. SCP-2662 is a cognitohazardous entity approximately 4 meters in height and 200 kilograms in weight. SCP-2662 appears to be in a vaguely humanoid shape, with approximately 20 additional muscular hydrostats in similar structure to cephalopod limbs attached to its back.
That is fucking horrifying. What the shit,
These
balls?
limbs are fully functional and allow SCP-2662 to perform up to 10 different tasks at once.
It's disgusting.
SCP-2662's primary anomalous effect only occurs after long-term repeated exposure, usually being in the same room as or interacting daily with SCP-2662. Subjects exposed to SCP-2662 for a period of 6 months or longer are at risk of becoming acutely aware of SCP-2662's wants or needs and are compelled to fulfill them. They may also suffer from quasi-psychotic episodes when under stress. SCP-2662 is unable to affect humans that have a 2 or higher MARS, Mind Affecting Resistance Scale, score. SCP-2662's secondary anomalous effect is the spontaneous generation of religious followings at an approximate rate of at least once a month.
Yep. Cthulhu, bro. Infiltrating the minds of artists alike all across the world. This is a great adaptation of this. Wow. I understand now when people are telling me, like, dude, you would really fuck with this shit. Like, this is right down my alley of kind of like a morphing between, like, not even like theory. I thought it was like real theories, like, but I understand now. I understand it now. I got
this
you,
generation is involuntary
I just can't believe how off I was. Like, y'all suck. I understand too now why people suck at describing this shit so much. Because it's not what you think it is. It's not what it sounds like.
Causes SCP-2662 notable distress. Religious groups generated by SCP-2662 usually focus on attempting to break into its containment unit in order to perform various rituals that are violent and or sexual in nature.
That's exactly what happened too.
These groups tend to be highly organized and appear to adapt to each failed attempt, despite there being generally no contact between different generated religious followings.
So the only question I have here is, since this is so close, like the original text of Cthulhu, right? It's drawing from the writings to like create, you know, like the containment situation for SCP. Given that this one is contained, I don't know if there are some that are not contained, but are all of them like this, or are some just like made through the lore itself, or is there like a standing for all of them? I'm just wondering.
Is an incomplete log of incidents relating to SCP-2662. A full list can be found in document 2662-1. Incident 2662-7. On 2003,
that was dope.
A religious group known as Towards Him successfully broke into SCP-2662's containment. 2250. SCP-2662 is seen taking a shower in preparation for sleep. There is a loud noise as previously undiscovered explosives are detonated underneath the center of SCP-2662's containment unit.
How the hell did they do that?
2251. 5 injured civilians climb out of the hole left by the detonation. SCP-2662 leaves the shower to investigate the noise. 2252. Agents and notify Task Force Tau 9 of a breach into containment. They attempt to suppress the initial 5 civilians unsuccessfully as 5 more arrive with weapons. 2256. After a brief struggle, Agent and are pinned down and tied with rope by the civilians.
At least they're not dead yet.
The injured civilians approach SCP-2662. The uninjured civilians stab their hands with knives, masturbate, and then draw unknown symbols on the walls with a mixture of sexual fluids and blood. 2258.
God damn, I read ahead and I just was like, oh Lord.
SCP-2662 says, "Aw man, come on. That's really not sanitary or necessary." SCP-2662 appears to gag upon witnessing the symbols.
Yeah.
The injured civilians successfully corner SCP-2662 in the shower stall. 2259. The injured civilians are seen squeezing blood out of their wounds and rubbing it onto SCP-2662 while singing.
He's just like, please no.
SCP-2662 says, "Jesus Christ, stop, please. I just took a shower."
He knows of, I guess he does know. Cthulhu knows Jesus? I wonder how, I wonder what their relative age is to one another.
2300. Task Force.
Jesus Christ, stop. Not that you're hurting yourself. I just took a shower, you sons of bitches.
Arrived to SCP-2662's containment unit. Task Force 9 managed to suppress all civilians successfully and proceed to move SCP-2662 to a temporary unit until repairs can be completed. Incident 2662-13.
That first event was fucking disgusting. Oh my God.
2005, a religious group known as the Betrothed successfully broke into SCP-2662's containment.
And y'all didn't think y'all need more than low security here? Y'all suck.
822. SCP-2662 is seen eating breakfast and reading a newspaper.
Breakfast.
824. Security officers stationed at SCP-2662's containment unit enter with a researcher. The researcher can be seen carrying a piglet. 825. SCP-2662 says, "Can I help you?" 826. Researcher says, "Oh, our Lord, please accept this innocent suckling swine, freshly orphaned from slaughter of both mother and father. May its soul of loss fuel you." Researcher proceeds to castrate the piglet in front of SCP-2662 and place the testes on SCP-2662's food.
I guess where is it gonna go? And where are you gonna go? You don't know where to go.
828. SCP-2662 says, no thanks. I'm full. Go home. Your, Lord is pleased with the offering. Task Force Tau 9 is notified of a breach into containment. 829. SCP-2662
He just goes back to
attempts to read
reading.
its newspaper. Researcher slits the pig's neck and throws it onto the table. Blood splatters the newspaper.
He's so casual.
30. SCP-2662 says, what? Look, can you go read a Bible or something? You really, really need it.
So he's a Christian. Cthulhu is a Christian.
SCP-2662 puts the newspaper down. The accompanying security officers execute researcher by a gunshot to the head. Then they begin consuming her.
The security officers start to eat her.
832. SCP-2662 leaves the scene to vomit in a toilet.
He took as much as he could very well, but the dinner's done.
834. Task Force Tau 9 arrived to move SCP-2662 to a temporary containment unit and detain the guards.
All right.
After further investigation, all involved personnel were civilians posing as personnel. It is unknown as to the whereabouts of the
How?
actual researcher and security officers.
What? How the fuck is that possible? Y'all suck. Y'all are the most efficient / inefficient security in the world.
Incident 26.
You don't even know who the people are?
62.
What, you gotta fucking get the same security officers that Walmart get? Y'all like call them on a phone and they're delivered to you and you don't recognize the dude?
78. On the 2014, an unnamed religious group consisting of D-Class personnel and 2 members of Task Force Tau 9
Yo, Town 9 is getting infiltrated left and right, son.
successfully broke into SCP-2662's containment. SCP-2662 was redesignated as Keter upon further review of Incident 2662-78. 407. SCP-2662 can be seen sleeping in its bed. 410. The entirety of Task Force Tau 9 is called for an off-site mission. Against orders, Task Force Tau 9 chooses to leave 4 of its members behind to keep watch on SCP-2662. 415. 2 of the remaining members tackle and lock the other 2 in an unused containment unit.
Again, at least they don't have to die, or in this case, they don't have to witness the blood-slashing masturbation that is about to take place in the next room. Thank God.
420. A cargo truck arrives on site where SCP-2662 is being kept. 425. The 2 remaining members unload the cargo of D-Class personnel. They lead the D-Class personnel to Task Force Tau 9's armory.
Unfortunate.
430. The D-Class and remaining members arm themselves from the armory and break into SCP-2662's containment unit.
In 5 minutes? That is damn efficient.
431. SCP-2662 is roused. Several D-Class personnel guard the exit to the containment unit, as well as the corresponding hallway. SCP-2662 says, what? Are we moving? I'm not scheduled until next week. 435. Agent and the 2 remaining available members of Task Force Tau 9 begin undressing the D-Class personnel that are not guarding. 436. SCP-2662 attempts to alert Task Force Tau 9 to no response.
Oh, yeah, like a cell phone in there? I'm confused. Oh, he does have a computer, I guess.
437. Agent and begin carving symbols into the buttocks and thighs of the undressed D-Class personnel.
You guys are making me uncomfortable.
The D-Class personnel begin to engage in group sex after being carved.
Please stop. Please stop doing that.
439. SCP-2662 says, what the fuck? Seriously? Now? Look, seriously, can you go find another god? I hear Buddhism is all the rage. D-Class 99304 attempts to pull SCP-2662 into the group. SCP-2662 responds by saying, the fuck? Stop! Seriously.
He's so pleasant. for an ancient god.
Lord commands you and all that stuff to cut this shit out.
Oh, God.
440.
So he believes in Buddhism, too. Bibles and Buddhism, bro. They're great alternatives.
All D-Class personnel currently engaged in sex cease their movements. They all turn to stare at SCP-2662. Task Force Town 9 arrive at the off-site meeting point, only to be told no such mission exists. Task Force Town 9 begin moving back to Site 441. SCP-2662 says, "Oh, thank God. I can control you guys now. Kinda. Maturity's happening right on time. Good to know. Okay. Tell me what the fuck is going on here."
All right.
442. Agent
I'm dying to know now. I'm deeply invested.
says, "After the blood birthing ritual, we are going to take you to your sacred chambers where we, our families, and our lineage will remain in service for you for all eternity. The people here cage you. With us, you may go where you please." 445. SCP-2662 responds by saying, "You must be kidding. I can leave whenever I want. I just have to ask. Besides, the D-Class personnel begin to continue engaging in group sex."
All right, then.
SCP-2662 says, "Seriously, stop. You're all fucking disgusting. I'm not even ready to settle down with a cult yet. I'm only like 200 years old. I'm barely legal."
Dude, this man is full of jokes. This is fucking hilarious.
446.
Holy shit, this is so fucking funny. This is so legitimately good.
Says, "Do you really think the Foundation will let you go if you ask? Well, you can certainly ask. You'll be sorely disappointed, my lord." 448. SCP-662 says, "Yeah, well, if it turns out to be the case, I can just wait until I'm strong enough to break out. In the meantime, I'm going to sit in the bathroom and wait. The rest of you can do your stupid blood orgy." SCP-2662 moves to the shower stall and turns on the water. It sits in the shower stall for the remainder of the incident.
That is so fucking good, bro. So this is like fan fiction. So this is like a fan fiction SCP thing. So the SCP stuff is not like an official thing. It's just like fan fiction, all working in like the same universe, kind of. That's lit, though. This guy did a great job. That was incredible. And very creepy, too. So I like it. Very nice, dude. Good shit. I'll holla, man. Peace.